Hello, green inky people. I'm a fan of green ink, green everything. So this is a very introductory to my journey with bullet journaling and things that worked for me, things I preferred or didn't prefer, and the progress. So this Baron Fig Atomic Hammets or James Clear B6, too big. I don't prefer this size. I don't prefer fabric covers. Alright, this is a Leuchtturm 1917, and this is my first Bujo. Went from first month of 2018 the last month of 2020. This is primarily work dedicated. So I like including a key. I add icons as time goes on that it makes them more relevant to me. There's an at a glance. So this spread right here, this weekly boxing area, weekend, and a mini week-long tracker. I found this format. I stuck with it pretty regularly. I stuck to added rapid log. I like having 2 weeks on opposing pages. I used the tracker because it was on the same page I used all the time. Rapid log, I like having it available for me because things are very agile. More rapid logging. Tracker is getting used. I really like this layout, but what I run out of in this is the ability to have time sensitive day of the week or scheduled appointments and events in chronological order. So that's a struggle with me with this format. And there's some later examples where we see that. This Leuchtturm paper is okay for fountain pen. This is Oxblood Diamine ink, but it does bleed and ghost sometimes. I like writing with broad and stub juicy nibs. So these are all fountain ink, and just ghosting. Alright, then we have more here. Rapid logging over here. Continues to go through. Came up with this freelance contract notes tracking page. That's helpful. Started putting rapid log across the bottom. Also became necessary. There's another client note page. General notes. I use general notes too. Here's where I tried to include a scheduled element and rapid log. Neither of this worked. It just got messy. Weekends started requiring their own rapid log, so I just broke the box. Alright. So I'm looking for something interesting that happened in this. Should have bookmarked it. Okay, so here is where I started trying to deal with the date, time, scheduled events. So I put them still a week on one page, rapid log. I think I can put this into an Alistair method format. So I've got the schedule on the out or on one side or the other, but something kind of really interesting happened here. I'm looking for it. I'm looking. I put them right next to each other. So all the type boxes right there in the center, and then I had room for 2 different lists. Whether it's weekend or weekday, different projects, or even 4 quadrant lists. Before mid-sized lists or 2 long lists or 1 super long wrapping list. I use longer lists. Busy week, lots of slots filled up. The schedule kind of started to let off here. It was December, I guess. Regular notes. That's it. So, I'm trying to incorporate something like this with Alistair method. But we'll see. So this is the end of Bulletin Journal 1. This is the current working journal. It's a mess. Started January 21. This is a Lemome. And it is a dot, not grid. It's a dot grid. DIY or do your own index. It's not pre-built that way. Key at a glance. I also keep my grids or my grid spacing note in my key usually. So this is the first time I tried monthly spreads. So I did a month-long tracker. Same items that were in those weekly little trackers. A happenings list. This is a rolling schedule. So rapid log schedule. Month in review. And I started changing styles because work and home changed. So we have this schedule. It's supposed to be a weekly, this week focus. And here's the Alistair mixed in. And then I put that again on opposing. And then I tried using the time blocking setup from Matt Raglan. And I like progress bars. And so I like that concept, but I struggled making it functional for me. So then I put the blocking versus the Alistair. That worked pretty well. There's scheduling, Alistair, block, Alistair. Schedule, and a timeline. That's what I call that. Monthly timeline, split in two sides. Biz, office, financial, and house, hearth, and home. More biz block. More unused biz block. Schedule, Alistair. Schedule, Alistair. More schedule, Alistair. Timeline, biz block. This is interesting, but when I have more activity events on the same day, that creates a block for me. Biz block. Two timelines against each other. A set of different timelines. Going back to that weekends, mixing with a mini Alistair. And this micro tracker, I want to have more room here, which I will show you. And I'm not really used the weekend. So here's the very compressed Alistair. Compressed weekend block, and then dailies or routine. These are routine items. We have some project pages. We have routine, daily routine, weekend block, Alistair with the week, a schedule versus, I don't know what this page just went off the rail. Here's a schedule. This week's focus, and then this is Alistair, but kind of two different sections of Alistair. I don't know if that actually worked or if I should color code more. Trying to decide what to do. And this is a rolling rapid log of a timeline without a timeline setup. And it was this, me playing with making a progress gauge meter. And then that's it. And I'm about to start in a couple of new projects, so there's pages in there. It's a brain dump page. I struggle with this. I printed off some trigger lists on which I'm going to add and expand on that. And then, for example, all these classes, I need like 4 more columns for that. Goals. I want to figure out how to do a countdown awareness. Meal planning. And so that's okay. That worked for me. In general, I just made a trashed mess of it. So I was going to move into another. So I have this Buick 160 GSM Gilded Edge. This is been used for a fountain pen handwriting quote book. The paper is too bright for me. I don't prefer it. I don't prefer the gilding. And even though it's 160, it bleeds and goes all over the place. We got ghosting, bleeding, ghost and bleeding. So I did not prefer that. The feeling is very rubberized feeling. Feels great. Substantial carry. You're not going to drop it. No butterfingers. So I'm like, okay. So maybe I don't like paper, so I wanted to try a Stalogy 365. And when I committed to this, I thought it was fountain pen friendly. But look at all that ghosting on the test page. This is a grid version. So, ghost. It just, from a fountain pen perspective, the paper in this did not work for me from a ghosting and bleed through and dry time perspective. Do I like the concept of having a 365? Yeah. Would I buy it again? Maybe in a different application. So the newest thing I picked up, Scribbles That Matter, STM, in a bottle green. I like the color. That's why I committed. I like the color. I just started this week, and look how bright this paper is. I don't prefer bright. I think they called this pearl white. It's too bright for me. So the key and color code on the key page is a nice touch. I like that. I might creatively plagiarize that. Index is pre-set up. It's kind of, for me, I prefer having pages before the description, but it's fine. So you got some index pages, and duplicate of, you've seen these before. These are the At a Glance, Friction white gel pen, and Unicorn Blood Schmear swatch from the top. Okay, so here's timeline. Here's a weekdays schedule setup. Trying some of the different things that I thought worked for me. So next week block, schedule, kind of this Alistair projects, or more than just a task, and then the daily routine, also in Alistair. And room for growth in both of these. If I choose, I can put Saturday, Sunday down here, but I don't choose. So my problem here is the paper color. So these are green fountain pen inks that I was testing. We've got Ghost and Bleeding. Ghost and Bleeding on 160 Scribbles That Matter. That let me down. Alright, so to summarize, out of the notebooks and journals and set layouts I just talked through, what did I like or not like? I like not white paper. This is Lemon again. It is off-white. It's not bright. So this is how white. I don't like white. This is not white. And then this is another Lemon that I like. This one. This is the dot grid. I have about a month left in it. And this is a new Lemon, and it's a grid. I think it's a 5mm grid. And it came with self-adhesive page index tabs. So this is the Lemon. It needs to be numbered manually. That's okay. I will power through that. So I marked this Q. I should say 2022 Q. I'll change this to Q4 start, not Q1. I got confused. So this will be my next Bujo. And I also have another copper Leuchtturm 1917 dot grid in a box in storage. Because I bought it back up because I liked it so much. But when this one is, I'm not gonna break it out yet. When this one is done, and so this is, I assume it's vegan leather, gray spine, extra pen clip, small pens, and I used a money clip style pen loop to put on the back. So it sticks out like that. So I'll use this to get this set up for Q4. Be happy and healthy. This is Dee Dee signing off for now. All things Bujo. Ciao for now.